Scott Brown. Let's go.
Pal, thank you for coming out and giving your final speech at Rhino here tonight. I know you prepared it kind of last minute, and I just want to thank you for doing that and formally kind of saying goodbye to all of us. This project was speech number 5, Your Body Speaks, and so Tao asked me to look at his body language and also his vocal variety. I'm going to talk about some of the ways that you can improve your speech, some of the ways that you can improve as a speaker, but first, I just want to take a minute and talk to everybody about how Tao has grown over the short amount of time that he's been here in Toastmasters. I noticed tonight you came out here, you're much more confident than I'd seen you previously. You stood in the center of the room, you weren't hiding behind a podium, you weren't afraid to make eye contact with everybody in the room. I thought it could have been a little bit stronger, but your eye contact was much better than I'd seen in your previous speeches. And your pace, your use of pauses, it implied that there was very little nervousness about your demeanor, and I thought that was something that you've developed very well over the last couple of months. One of the things that I thought you could have done better with this speech, it was a good speech, the message was strong at the end. It was a very strong conclusion, feel at home. And you had these 2 stories that were very personal, that hit home very deeply because they were human, kind of interactive stories. But the first story, I felt, when you were telling it, I wasn't sure where it was going or how it related to you. At the end of the speech, it was clear that it was about how these children did not feel at home, opening the fridge, hesitantly looking over their shoulder before they really took any food out, and then eventually they came to fight at home. But I think it would have been a lot stronger if you talked about your own reaction to that story. How did you hear that story? What position were you in life when you heard it? Were you still living in Georgia? Were you in San Francisco? And how did it make you feel about your own comfort with the idea of home? I think that would have made the theme a lot clearer. You wanted me to look at your body language and vocal variety. I think one of the things that you should focus on with body language is your hands. Right now you come out and your hands kind of fall into this stable, holding your hands in front of your chest, nervous position. I think keeping them at your sides would be a lot better. And you also gesticulate automatically with your hands. You do the rolling hand thing, which I as an Italian do all the time. I would recommend just keeping them silent, and then when you're going to go for a gesture like the kids reaching in for a Coke, go for it. Make it big and pronounced. Give it a definitive beginning, a definitive end. This is the gesture, now it's done. Make it intentional rather than an absent-minded thing that you're doing with your hands. I would also try to work on your vocal variety, which is the next project that you're going to be doing. You gave the whole story, and they were very personal stories, but you gave them in a very monotone manner. And I would work on getting louder at points, getting quieter at some of the more touching moments. I have some more notes for you that I'll share after the meeting, but I'm out of time. Thank you.